Okay, so you can see my hand moving?
Not quite yet. I think it's live. I'm getting a commercial for my own feed.
Nice. Yeah.
I think I'm almost to the affiliate, so I might not have to deal with that.
Okay. Let us know when it starts talking.
You can talk now.
So we're on.
Sure,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure people are. Let me see. It was Stormcast Eternal versus
Skaventide. Okay, so if we're on, so we're Stormcast Eternal versus Skaventide. This is another. This is a Riptide GT prep game, and that we're playing specifically one of the scenarios, which is the Star Strike scenario in round 3.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan, do you want to go over your list really quick?
Alright. Yeah, I'm running the Stormcast Turtles, and my affiliation is Anvils of the Helden Hammer. So the basic thing is the general is the Lord Arcanum on a Celestial Dracoline, has the command trait that all units within 6 inches get -1 bravery, which combined with the Dracoline itself means -2 for 6, -1 in -3 within 6, -2 within 3 inches to bravery. She also has the Ethereal Amulet, so her save is a 3-up and it can never be modified, good or bad. And the Mount trait allows her to activate within 6 inches of an enemy and pile in 6 inches. So that's my general, and then I have a Cleansing Phalanx, which is 2 units of Evocators and 2 units of Sequitors. 1 unit of Sequitors is 10, and the Evocators casting power on the Sequitors can reroll to hit and to wound.
Sorry, just one sec. Is that those lists on the stream right now?
Mm-hmm.
So they can see the list itself.
Oh, okay.
So I would just talk through, like, how do you think about your list?
In general, I think with my list, the main hitting power comes from the range stuff, and I have a good balance of melee to tie up other troops and, increase effectiveness.
And you got some teleport stuff, so you can move around. I mean, Stormcast can always teleport in, but then you also have the hero that lets you teleport, and so you're redeploying units.
Yeah, a little bit. It's mostly just the Lord Relictor, so I can maybe get off 2 a game, but it helps a lot.
Okay, so I'm playing, so the earlier version of this list did not have a bell. It had a battalion, and so you can see the battalion in the core choices, the 2 blocks of Storm Vermin and the 2 landmats. I decided to end up giving up on the drop competition and just go up to 10 drops and have more stuff, because escape from battalions are pretty expensive. So I'm running 4 characters, a Gracie Arm Bell, Gracier, and the Doom Rocket guy and the Claw Lord, in order to provide spread support to those blocks. With the idea, I mean, it's a little bit of a mixed armor list, because there's magic support, shooting support, and big melee. So the intent was to build a Skaven list that was going to compete a bit in each part of the game. Okay, so I won the roll off to pick sides. I picked this side. I will make my first drop really quick. The terrain, the dice are on the terrain. We have 2 pieces of damn terrain, 1 deadly, 1 inspiring, 1 mystical, and 1 sinister. Okay, first drop. So Brendan, you can deploy stuff from the heavens and such, right?
I can, for every other unit, I can deploy it into the Astral Realm and Deep Strike later.
For every other unit, you can deploy it within the Astral Realm. So what I need to figure out is, do I just want to put my stuff where I'm preventing deep striking, or do I want to...
You need to do your knotholes first.
Oh, I do need to do my knotholes, you're right. Or do I want to put it where I'm screening? And I kind of think I'm okay preventing deep striking. So we're going to try that. It'll be an interesting deployment option on my part, and we'll see if it does any good. I think I want a knot-hole. So knot-holes can't go within 1 inch of terrain, is that right, Ricky?
Correct.
Alright, so we're going to put 1 knot-hole
8 inches of the board.
Here. 1 knot-hole is going to go within 8, basically like here. And then one knot hole is going to go in the middle, within 8 of the board edge here. Okay, so I'm going to make my first drop. I'm going to try what I think is an interesting anti-deep striking deployment when you don't have a big melee force. And I don't know what you're putting in, so this could be something where I'm now running rats to undo what I just did, but what I'm going to try is basically throwing out these clan rats in a way where... Because 40 clan rats can cover 80 inches of board, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I don't
Keeping
even
you away.
need any over here. So we'll just do... So we're approximating an inch. I'll clean up the measurement as needed.
And so to make sure I'm remembering the battle plan right,
Yeah,
deployment zone is 12 inches from the middle,
right?
and on beginning of turn 2, we roll and see where we place an objective in the center, and then turn 3, we roll to place objectives on both of our sides.
Yeah, correct.
And VPs are equal to the turn that it is, right?
VPs are equal to, yeah, the turn that it is, correct.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to deploy my rats pretty much like this. I'm curving out like so, and then you can go.
What a strange deployment.
It is not a normal deployment.
Then the tape measure is important, just to make sure. And that's the 12-inch one. I'll go with my standard first deployment, which is just dropping the general on a celestial Dracoline.
Okay. I'll put out my second rat deployment. This will be the other half of the same, basically. I'm going to mirror these. Do you mind if I change this a little bit as I work through it? So this is at 9. It prevents a stormcast from going up, but I think that's fine. I'll just leave it. I'm going to see how it goes. So I'm going to, if you want to think about your next one, I'm basically doing the exact same thing.
Okay.
Oh, what was that? That was that was the mystical, the 5.
Put that on the balcony, maybe. There's a little balcony there.
Okay.
That'll be a safer spot for it. And this one was number 1. Is that right?
I believe so.
I'm gonna put that at the front door there. That one's pretty good. I think it'll stay.
All right. So there's.
I know Matt. He's gonna knock it off the chimney. So
You're not wrong.
Okay.
Spread these out a little further, but that's how we're gonna do that.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and drop my Hailstorm Battalion,
Mm-hmm.
since I know I'm going to drop it sooner or later.
Okay.
And that includes the Ballista, 6 Castigators, and my Lord Coordinator.
Okay. And what's the range on the ballista?
Its long range mode can fire 36 inches.
Oh, sorry. What's on the castigators?
Castigators is 18.
Okay. All right. So I need to think about. There's not. It's interesting. I got to figure out where do I want the big drops to hit. And I think what I'm going to do is put out. How many drops do you have?
I have a total of, it's 11 units, but I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops.
6 drops. Okay. So I'm going to start putting out some characters, I think. We're going to put out, you said that guy's 36?
Yeah.
And he can move.
3-inch move, so 39.
Yeah, so back of the board really, but we'll put this at within 1 there. For casting, he's not going to be able to cast turn 1 anyway. So that's no good. Unless you come down at me, which if you go first, that's fine. If I would rather be in this position. So I'll put him here. That's the Doom Rocket guy.
Okay,
And he's out of the line of sight of where that thing can go fire at him.
makes sense. I'll put my other ballista in the astral realm.
Okay. Makes sense as well. So I'm gonna put out my Gray Seer, and he is gonna go. This Gray Seer is gonna go over here behind these woods. Yeah. And Sigil.
Okay, I'll put my Lord Relictor in the astral realm.
Which one is that? That's the teleporter guy?
Teleporter guy, yeah.
Alright. We're gonna put out one of the bell, or of these guys, and you've got one of those that's 36-inch range. It's going sort of mid-board. 36 is basically the whole board. This is the one, so I'm not going to get the 6 up there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here, wholly within, and sort of just make it so currently, I guess you can still see it. Yeah, you can still see it. It's a big cannon is what it is.
I definitely can't see it unless it's a game rule thing.
Oh, I was just thinking you could see the edge to edge like this. And you could also scoot over it. You could also, well, I have to be within 6. You could also just scoot it over 3, right? Because you can scoot during your turn.
True.
So I think what I'll do, I think this is the thing I don't want to get shot by that. So I think what I'll do is I'll sort of see how your other side of the board is going and put this here.
Yeah, and you have the ability to redeploy stuff, right? So
I do, because I can pop one thing per turn from novel to novel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. For my next thing, I'll keep being boring and put my Judicators in the astral realm, who are my longbow guys.
Okay, so you have the longbow. Okay, and then so you have 1 drop after this, and it's all those guys. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And that's all in melee. All right. So we're gonna put. The melee is the ones that have. So this would actually be quite hard to charge over because you would be losing 2 inches. And so being 9 inches away and then losing 2 inches means that they would be not in the best of shape. But I also think you're going to want to make me go first. So I think that I'm probably making a mistake with the other thing, and I think I'm just going to put the cannon right up here. Yep. All right, go ahead.
All right. All right, I'm deploying my Cleansing Phalanx as 1 unit. Or as 1 drop. Should have measured that. Put 1 unit of evocators there. Drop 1 unit of evocators here. Try and make you move the big cannon, if nothing else, if you want to fire on them. And then I'm going to put the 2 units of Sequitors into the astral realm.
Okay, and basically because you can have half of your units in the astral realm, right?
Yep, so right now I have the 2 Sequitors, the Longbow guys, the Lord Relictor, and Ballista. I decided to go with a combination of units this time. So I
Alright.
feel like when I do all ranged or all melee, it tends to adversely affect me.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put out probably just gonna put out the bell and figure out where it's going. You've got the teleporter guy there? Yeah.
Nope, that's the guy who adds +1 to ballista rolls.
Okay.
The teleporter guy's in the realm.
In the astral realm. Okay. So I'm gonna put everything else down, and I'm just trying to figure out where it's gonna be. And I think that I'm gonna put now think about this spacing, and it's probably gonna go right here in order to make sure I'm at +1. And then we'll just put out the storm vermin, making sure they're within 13 of him. And then oops, that was part of it. No, that's fine. And then we're going to put out the other storm vermin. They're going to go to protect the Grey Seer a bit. So these guys are going to go around like this. That's fine. What I'd like to do is, if I have space, have them all be within 6. And I don't think I do, so that's fine. They're just going to go basically like this behind the woods.
Why do you want to keep them within 6?
In order to teleport a unit, it has to be wholly within 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so that's why this is within 6, and that's why this is within 6, and make sure I can teleport the cannons.
Cool.
All right. So I think that we are good, and so it's your option of who goes first.
I'll let you go first.
All right. So we're going to go to my cheat sheet here. I got my first thing I need to do as Skaven is roll the bell. 8. So 8 is going to be anything within 26 on a 4-up takes D3 mortals. 26 should be the general and the ballista. Let me check that on the ballista. Can you go to 26? I think I'm in, but we'll check.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So on the 4-up to the general, this is going to be the Peel of Doom. 4-up to the general. Yes. D3 mortals. 2.
Okay.
And then 4-up to the ballista. Nope.
Yay.
Alright, I'll take two mortals on the general. No worries. Then we go to casting. So most stuff is not super in range. I am just going to try to throw down the Warp Lightning Vortex because there's a real nice target there. And that's going to be, I'm going to wait on Master of Magic. Is there another spell worth casting? Not super really. I guess there is. I'll cast, so that's actually a super great spot. I'll just Master of Magic now, and I'm going to try to cast with him. And we're at a, he's +1 from Master of Magic. He's +1 from being by the hole. And so I'm looking for a 6 on the dice to hit an 8 for the vortex.
Okay. Okay.
That goes off.
That does indeed.
So we're going to put
Irresistible force.
this within 26, which is going to go right here. Probably here. And then we're going to put these other 2 out. I think this is going to do a good amount of damages. We're going to put them here and here. So 7, 7, Actually, we'll do, see how close I can get there. We'll do 7 like that. Alright. Sorry, that's a weapon issue. And then 7 like this, 7 like this. Okay.
This is not an auspicious beginning.
Yeah, that was a good roll. Alright, so what's going to happen here is at the end of the cast, I'm going to start trying to do damage to stuff. Those guys are within 6 of 2, so I need a 3 up. Nope. That guy should be, check if he's in 6 of any of them. I'm not sure if he is.
Nope.
Alright, so the bows are within 6 of 2, so I need a 3 up. Got it? So that's D3 mortals to the bows. 3. And then both the general and the ballista are within 6 of 3, so they need 2 ups. General, it's a 5, so it's D3 mortals, 3. And the ballista is a 4, so it's D3 mortals, 2. And that will happen again at the end of my movement phase. So, other spell from him is going to be Mirror Pond. He's just going to try to teleport. Goes off on a 10.
How many more casts do you have?
I really don't have anything else I can think of that's super in range. Like most of the stuff is pretty short range.
Then my Evo, or my Lord Arcanum is going to try again.
The other casts I have are basically defensive.
Nope, failed it.
Okay. So, oh, I have the wrong spell on this cheat sheet. That's okay. Sorry, Nikki. It's minor. I'll just cross it out and pencil it out. Okay, so I'm going to teleport so that I'm fully within. Where did we go?
I don't know. I think it's her phone streaming this.
Oh,
That's so good.
Jump to within 18, more than 9 from enemies, and basically the bell is just going to pop up to the mid board like this. And then the next spell is going to be we're going to do Flesh to Stone on the Gracier. It goes off on a 7. All it does is get the Gracier. You have to reroll wounds against him.
Wow, you really moved the ball for. Did the
Casting it?
Mirror Pond.
Who was casting it?
The Gracier over there by the lids.
Oh. Alright, that's fine.
And I'm going to cast. That's it. Everything else is not useful. Okay. So we are going to go to movement, and these guys are going to go first. These guys are going to run. 4. So that means 12 because they get +2. So I have 1 command point right now, by the way. So that's a 12-inch move for the clan rats, and they are going to go. Basically, these ones are going to get out of the way. These ones are going to do something very conscious, and what they're going to do is they're going to go so that there's 9.5 inches here. So that there's not room for a Stormcast model to deploy. Now there's 1 Stormcast that could fit there, but we'll just do this to prevent that. And what I'm trying to do here, Brendan, is I'm going to see how much of the board I can really just effectively block off from deep striking by having this as a line that's 9.5 inches up, because it'll prevent this part and this part from being deep striking systems.
Yeah, I think it's a good play.
So here we go. And these guys actually, instead of going up, they'll just swing around, because I have to move the full unit one at a time. I need to get them out of here, but what I don't want to do when I get these guys out of the way is then open this spot up to be deep struck too, really easily, right? So we're just going to have them sort of swing. This guy will go here, this guy will go here, and these guys will go like this, and just sort of get out of the way. Then we're going to run with the Storm Vermin. So that's 12. That should be fine. like this. I'm debating whether or not I want to auto 6 that. I don't think I do. 12 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
12.
Oh, I should open the doors actually. Oh, right.
There's food in the fridge.
Yeah, I think Matt brought food in that.
I did. Yes.
Sandwiches from the ghost store.
Yep, you guys can pick your sandwiches.
Just wanted an Amazon and boy, you just can just walk in and loot.
So much for loot. Not really. It's not free. I paid.
They just take it out of somebody's salary.
Alright, so for the novel, sorry, that actually should happen at the beginning of the movement phase, which is important because what it means is it limits. So one thing I did wrong in the setup is that because the novel happens at the beginning of the movement phase, I can't actually teleport this cannon into an aggressive spot because to do so, everything else is in the way, right? So I think that it's basically out of luck from where, like, nowhere where I move the cannon would it actually be within 24 over here. Yeah.
Good news for me.
Yeah, so that cannon's just not firing this turn, basically because I didn't give it a landing location.
Makes sense.
I could move it up here, which I probably will do, just because it's further than its regular move, and I have nothing else in knot so I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move it into the woods.
That's dangerous.
So that it is wholly within 6 inches. Yeah, the order of operations of a novel is actually a pretty significant constraint. It's interesting. Okay, so next movement is going to be these storm vermin. They're going to run. They run 14 inches. And they're just going to move to sort of a mid-board location. Actually, they're going to move into the woods. That's what they're going to do. Because I think I can get them, if I take off all of Ricky's nice trees. Yeah, like that. Does not like that. We're just going to, since we don't know where the objectives are coming down yet, we're going to put this second storm vermin unit where it's getting a +1 save for being in the woods.
And form a defensive perimeter around your gun.
Yeah, and the characters, right? Because I'm going to put them in that pocket. So I'll put the cannon like this, I'll put them like this, and then this guy, what I will do here is actually do this. I think he'll just be on the edge actually, and he's gonna run. It's great to see her here. So he can go up to 14, and he's just gonna make sure that he's in sort of a nest where he. Does he want to be there, or does he want to just? Thing is, if I put him here, he's got to look out center, which is fine. If I don't put him here, he can't cast next turn, right? So I need to expose him or not. So I think I'm going to expose him, I think that's fine. And then this guy's going to run, and he's going to be making it right to here. And he's going to be doing it in a way where he's in 6 inches of the knot hole, so I have the option to teleport this if I want.
The knot hole.
Knot hole. So here's his run, he's fine. Okay, so the last stuff to move is this cannon and this unit, right? So this unit is doing the same thing as the other unit, where I'm moving up a bit, and then I'll just be spreading out to prevent the thing. So we're going to do another run for them, for the redeploy. Looking 14 inches of rat move.
Man, you're killing those run rolls, good.
Super fast rats. Super fast. And we're just going to go.
Like to move it.
Like to move it. Just going to go like this.
Don't roll your eyes.
Move it. Right.
I'm gonna make your baby listen to that song so she freaking loves it, and then you're gonna have to like have it play all the time. Because
That seems just cruel.
babies and toddlers love that
Alright, so between those two, I think I've still blocked off that
song.
like that, and I can check those measurements. So this guy can move no more than 3 inches this way. So he's basically gonna go like this, and then sort of back up. I usually just stay sideways, it's fine. Basically, put him within 24. Because he moved 3 inches, so ooh, wait, he was here. He should be within 27. Yeah. So he'll just move to basically here. There we go. So that should be 24, because I was within 27. This guy is gonna run, like you do, always running. Always be running. He's gonna go over here. Aha. Okay, so that's the end of my movement. So now that the ridiculousness hits again. So we're gonna go for the bow unit first. Looking for a 3. Nope. Then we're gonna go to the ballista, need a 2. That's a D6 mortals, because it's a 6. That's 5 mortals to the ballista.
It's destroyed.
Then we're at the general. The general is good. And then we are at the other unit. Also D6 to them. 3. So I think I'm gonna just not complain. The general is still in. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. How many wounds is left on the general?
2.
Alright. I'm gonna just shoot with the warp lightning rather than overcharging. I probably should overcharge to make sure I get the general kill, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna just shoot with the warp lightning, so we'll see its power level. 3. So I'm rolling 6 dice, and I'm looking for anything that's 3 or higher. So I do 4 mortals to the general.
Ugh.
Alright. That was top of 1.
So brutal.
Go ahead.
Well, I guess,
That was really bad, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any chance I can win right now. I mean, that's like 400
Yeah.
points taken out before I move. And-
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Do you want to just re-rack and do it again? Do it differently? I'm happy to do that.
I don't know.
Not great for streaming. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm down to keep playing. It's just, I don't think there's much.
See what you can do. It's just because the rat trap got off that happens.
Yeah, so, but, well, I think that so if you were to redeploy, seeing what happened here, what would you do differently?
I mean, what was the range on those? Like, the last game I thought that I had to be within the 24 of this to have
The
a cast.
first one has to be within 26, and then the second one are within 7 of it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's about the range, because it really can get most of the board. I think it's about how units clump.
Okay.
Because I think that you're gonna get a thing, right? But being able to get multiple units is because there's multiple single models standing next to each other, and that becomes the optimum situation for the rat trap, right? Because it doesn't do that much damage to units. But I mean, this is what happened when I got Summoner, right? It's like when the rat trap put him in the middle. Before I went, he was dead, right? And so by having multiple single models, I think that becomes a problem.
And like, so how would have you deployed? Because like I have to keep those 3 units together.
Because
yeah, they only work together.
but they work together during the hero phase, or they work together during the shooting phase.
I think you backline them. You put them on the very, very back line. So the most you could get is 1 or maybe 2 of them on 1 or 2 of those units.
I think I probably would have had the general maybe over here, and I would have put the ballista maybe 6 inches further back, and I might have done it so that the character would have to run into position to give the bonus, because all he's going to do turn 1 is run anyway, and try to make it where I'm never going to get more than 1 unit in the center of this circle. I'm hitting maybe on 4s up on the edges, and just sort of spread out more.
Makes sense, yeah.
And pay the tax of like, well, this is going to be less efficient for me, but it puts me in a position where I don't have as much clumps that can be hit at the same time.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
If you'd rather, I'm totally happy to. We could call this stream, re-rack, and go. Or we could just reset,
that's up
have
to you
Brendan
guys.
redeploy, and we could start top of 1 again from in the current stream.
I mean, I don't know. I'm down to just keep playing.
What's your preference?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess like replaying because yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go through the motions, but
Yeah, I don't think it makes sense for you to go through the motions. I think you're right. I think why don't we just re-rack? I'll go. I'm gonna not. Yeah, I think we just re-rack and I'll do this part faster next time. Why don't you redeploy how you would have deployed, and then we'll do turn 1 again.
okay.
And we can sort of talk through the strategy of like how you mitigate this, because I think it's actually really interesting to think about how you mitigate this thing, because it's going to be in the middle a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I just completely spaced on you having that, I think, and I remember like near the end, and I was like, okay, but I didn't think it was a big enough issue. So yeah, I did deploy around it, which is definitely a necessity for that kind of thing.
So basically, I'm going to be like this, and I'm going to move these back. I'm just not going to mess with these that much. I'm going to leave them sort of how they ended for the clan rats, and those are going to redo what they did.
Okay, so what is the effective range on the rat trap?
The rat trap? Yeah, so the rat trap, the first one has to go down within 26. But then the next ones are 7 away from that, and it's almost a 2-inch base. So the one corner of the triangle is going to be 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 26.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're talking about 11, 37-inch
37,
range.
yeah.
So I don't think it's something where you're like, I'm just going to make it so it can't hit me. I think it's something where you just have to mitigate by giving it spread out targets.
Okay.
And saying you're going to take some damage, but not all of it.
So
Right?
I'm just gonna keep this one rolling.
Yeah, I think just keep going, and we'll just redeploy
and,
fast.
you guys just can
Yep.
re-rack it.
Yep. So, like, what do you absolutely need to have next to each other?
I mean, the castigators need to be as close as they can. They only have a range of 18. And
Okay.
they have to hit what the ballista's shooting at. So it's like I'd almost leave them
What's their move?
5.
Okay. So yeah, so you put the castigators on the ballista where they are. I think he's way backlined because he can run into position, and maybe that impacts the command phase ability.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
What is the range on the command phase ability?
8 inches.
8
but
inches, that's
that
huge.
has to be wholly within 8
Okay,
inches.
so let's put out the ballista where you had that, right? Because you deployed that early, and it threatened how I deployed, that was fine.
Okay.
And then we think about him being, he has to be 8 inches from the ballista.
Has to be wholly within. So
Wholly
the
within.
best we could do is like there.
Okay, so we mitigate some there, and we say 36 inches. 36 inches is my back line. You don't really need to be at 36, right?
Okay.
You could be 2 inches back.
Alright.
So if you're at 36, I mean, you're basically hitting anything that a character I've not backlined, and then you can backline him and sort of go from there.
Mhm.
And then they can still be a little further up, right? And now we've spread this out.
That makes sense, yeah.
Then we say, okay, the other units that were here was this and this, and we know that the rat trap might come down turn 1. You probably want to countercharge point with those guys, so maybe they go here. I'm trying to not redo your whole deployment strategy, like you loaded the mid board, right?
Mhm.
But you could do it by having them here, and the general, do you want him in a leadership bubble? Is that the idea? Or what was the...
Not really. I'm never sure what to do with my general.
Yeah, I think maybe you put him on the far side, and he's still within 12 of that unit, especially if you put that guy there. Put the general on the far side, and you know, he's a relatively fast redeploy.
Okay.
I would put him in close, right? Because if I hit over here, I'm not hitting any of your shooting, right?
Sure.
And then he's still in range there.
Cool.
Okay, so now we replicate my turn 1. I'm going to go back to the command phase. My movement phase is going to be exactly the same over here, and we're going to say I made the same mistake where I couldn't redeploy the cannon here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to redo spells.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to redo the bell ring, starting there. Bourbon Lord! No, same spell though.
Yeah.
So now, within 26 inches is just them.
Okay.
So in the 4 up, we're looking at D3 mortals on them. 3.
Again, still just starting out strong.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the rat trap. I'm going to cast it anyway. I think it's still worth doing. It's just not going to hurt as much. And I think that's usually what you're going to hit. It's just like, it's going to hurt. It's just how much. So looking at +2, I'm using the Master of Magic. goes off on an 11.
Yeah.
So we'll put it out and we'll see what I can do this time. This time I am at 26 inches for the first one. And I'm getting that wholly within 26, so it's looking like here. I'm still going to try for the ballista, but we're going to see how much we're mitigating. So we're going to put that 7 and that 7. And basically I'm going to get the ballista in the crosshairs. This guy is going to be on a 3. These guys will only be on the 4, and the general's not going to hit at all. So I will probably still get the ballista turn 1. I may not, because this thing may not be able to teleport into range to shoot it. Okay, ballista on the 2 up. D6 mortals. 3. Guy in the back on the 3 up. No. Castigators on the 4 up. Yes. D3. 3. Evocators on the 4 up. No. Okay. Then we get a movement. Then we get a mirror pond. Try for mirror pond on +1. Goes off in a 6. Do you have a counter spell within range?
It's the guy over there.
This guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Looks like yeah. Yep. You got it. All right. Other spells. We'll do the reroll the wound on the Grayseer again. Doesn't go off. And the Grayseer is going to cast. That's it. Okay. So movement. The bell actually has to move. It's going to run. It's going to be able to go 6, 11. So it's going to go, it's still going to basically go the same. We're going to go like this, woo, and then turn. It's not going to go as far. Because the furthest point can't be further than 11, so I'm going to be more than an inch back from the center. Then we're going to go for the Storm Vermin. They're going to run. So we're looking at 12. Actually puts my Storm Vermin in a place I'm a little happier with, because they're actually surrounding the bell this time, as compared to being like, oh, we're
You have a
too fast.
fan, Lord Shiny Britches.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, rerolling 1s, so I think Jack is rooting for you. Yeah, he plays the Stormcast. I think that's who that is.
Rerolling 1s, I think that's Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Alright. So then we're going to go to, oh, we did the same movement phase thing where I forgot to teleport. Oh, we did it with that. That's fine. So this guy's going to go up 3. I'm within 27 of them, right? So I should be able to get, oh, I'm really within, okay. So basically this guy's going to go 3 inches, and then he actually has to turn back and move because no part of him can move more than 3. So he's going to end here. He's going to be within 24 of them. This guy is going to scurry around. He's going to run. Oh. Poor rat. 7 inches still puts him here. And the question now is, do I overcharge? I don't think I do. I'm just going to regular biting cannon at the castigators. So power level of the cannon is 1, which is amazing. That was lucky.
What phase is this?
Shooting.
Did you already move?
Oh, I didn't do the thing again. No.
Yeah.
So I will re-roll that power level because we are not in that phase. I'm going to go back and do this. So the ballista, looking for a 2-up. So that D6 to the ballista. I will get the ballista. 2. Maybe not. I didn't get the ballista.
Aha, Ballista lives to fight another day.
The guy in the back. 3 up. No. The castigators. No.
Aha.
The other guys. Yes. D3. 1.
Finally.
All right. So that still hurt,
Averages happen.
but
Finally.
was much more survivable. Yes.
A bit, yeah.
All right. This guy. Look at the power level of the cannon. 6. Not as good. Looking for 6s. 1 more to the castigators. Okay. More staying top of 1. Your go.
Okay, so let's start with. I'm gonna have these evocators try and cast power on the ballista.
Yes, sir.
They might not live, but they might. Got a 6. I think that's a successful cast. If you want to counter.
6 for empower on the ballista.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your other spells besides empower?
The other one is Evocators has Empower, and then the Lord Arcanum has the Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield, and something else.
Alright, so I'm going to use my Master of Magic to try to dispel the +1. You got a 6. Got it.
Okay. These Evocators will try and power themselves. 7.
themselves? What does that do?
Probably nothing.
Alright, I'll wait for the arcane bolt then. Or is it in range?
That's a good question.
It's not within range, so I'll try to dispel the power. Don't get it. Okay.
Okay.
So
The general will cast Mystic Shield on himself.
cool. 3
Did
up
you
reroll
pick one
ones.
of these that you wanted for yourself?
I only got things I do want to eat, so that everyone else can pick.
Whatever the sweet potato thing is, I want that.
Alright?
Okay.
Okay.
Your choice.
So that's my spells. Since I'm Anvil's a Helmet here, I'm going to use my ability. Spend 1 command point to go ahead and fire with the castigators.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay.
Alright,
yeah,
Matt,
good
your
roll.
choice.
So just note, even though this is not a monster and so receives lookout, sir.
Gotcha.
No, you pick.
Yeah, even so.
Okay.
Sweet potato.
Okay, so I need 4 to hit.
Yep.
Got 1, 3 up. Got it.
Okay, rend.
Rend 1.
So we're at a 5 up armor, and then we're at a 5 up save, and then we're at a 5 up mysterious stone.
You get 3 saves.
He gets 3 saves, so he has 4 up armor, and then he has a 5 up invul for being the belt, and then my 1 artifact is to give him an additional 5 up invul.
Okay.
Because I do need him to not die, it's true.
Yeah. Alright, well, then my next hero point anyway. And I'll have the ballista go ahead and fire.
So, sorry, what did you roll on the reroll ones thing?
7.
Okay, good. So I want to go back because none of them would have been high enough. But
Okay.
you probably would have wanted those guys to try to dispel that.
Oh shit, yeah.
So, let's say you did that, but you didn't hit a 9 anyway.
I forgot
so.
I could dispel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But none of them were 9 or higher, so it didn't matter.
Cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend a hero point and have the ballista fire at, there's no point in shooting at the bell, I guess.
My army is in not the best shape if it disappears. It is a big part of my army. It's also purposely the most durable. So,
yeah.
these things are pretty good ballista targets because Ren 2 is not something they love.
Yeah, I'll fire at them.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do the rapid fire mode, so I get 4 shots.
Mine 18.
Think so.
So the other thing we need to do, since your movement phase ended without dispelling that, and you're going to shooting. Oh no, this is still command. This is still command. Okay, so mine is 18. Yes, no.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. So I need.
I
only
should have
5
moved
damage.
myself. That's a mistake for me. Not taking back. What I should have done is measured to make sure I was 18 and a nudge out of that when I moved up.
I was
Go ahead.
surprised that you just ran the whole
Just
thing.
missed it.
Okay, so I need 4 because I'm within range of the Ordinator. So let's do that. 3 successes. This is the number of hits.
9. Nice.
9. So I get 9 hits. Need 3s.
Oh my god.
1. And
Wow.
-2.
Wow.
Alright.
Alright.
Rough.
That was unforeseen. It's gonna be this guy right here, because I'm gonna try to remove a rank so I'm not an 18 anymore.
Okay, so that was my hero phase. Now we get the movement phase. Let's see. Could I effectively get out of range of that one?
Something about the ships.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, shit. Napkins. There you go, have that. Chip for the lady.
Oh wait, what's is movement halved? Is that right?
No,
They are
you can't run
super
within
creatures.
the bubble
Gotcha.
or fly.
Gotcha. Does that mean once you're outside of it you can?
You, within 6 of one of the vortexes.
Gotcha.
You have to be outside 6 of one of the vortexes, yeah.
Then
That thing is gonna have a hard time.
yeah, it's not gonna last. But I'm at least making the effort.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, that changes how likely you are to be hit, so.
Yeah, so only 2 are within 6 for that.
It's better than the full blown
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Run away!
Run away!
What are you talking about, dog?
Somebody wants to.
Okay. Guess my general will just move up into here.
Not you. Already broken.
Okay, good.
Oh, you broke my tree, did you? Oh, the nerve.
So I think of this place.
Yeah. Gotta hide your general in the trees. Now you're starting to play like Beasley. Hiding in the trees all the time.
Trees are the best.
Better than all the rest. Those are pretty shady
Hey, hey,
trees.
What's up?
Why are you gonna allow him to do this?
Well, he just took it. I don't want it back.
He's acting like a normal dog.
He
So
told
your meat?
Well, I was getting him meat, and then I had like this much of the sandwich left, and I set it here because it's all sauce. And he fucking took it.
Well, this is the first time he's actually acting like a real dog, so whatever.
Thanks.
You saw it live. The tiny chihuahua thing actually took food like a beagle.
Well, now you're not gonna put either one. I was gonna put you on the internet.
I'm gonna look at the stream chat while are you done with moving? You
Um,
gotta do all your deep striking.
Yep, done with normal.
I'll wait.
Doing deep striking.
Well, fuck you, Rob.
Deep striking. Oh, yeah.
I was being nice. I was gonna buy you a cheesy bowl of a Taco Bell. Sorry about that.
Right, you stole half your sandwich. I mean, I get it.
Did you eat
How fast
this?
is your storm vermin move?
There's all of that.
6, and they get +2 to charge rolls.
No, +2 to run.
+2 to run
Okay,
rolls.
great.
Can they run and charge same turn?
No.
Okay. Okay.
We're definitely not gonna keep going.
Can try and at least make use of the cover.
Alright.
Heavily convinced.
Drop a ballista there.
Super tasty.
Time to make sure.
I did block it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
I didn't see your hero guy from over here, so I was
Oh,
like,
I see.
oh. Okay, so I want to try and deploy people in a place where I can actually take advantage of them, but not so close as to just get them murderized.
Murder. Murder, murder, murderated.
I'm so mad at you.
He's still dwelling on this.
You're another word.
It looked like a cheesy roll-up. Those are normally what he gets.
So
I love it.
Oh no, you now.
We're doing some intense deployment.
Grab me the chips back.
No way, bro. These are my chips now. Models down. Models down.
They don't count, they're unpainted.
Yeah, garbage.
You're doing us a favor by breaking them, is what
Here.
you're saying.
Oh, great.
Wacky six.
They're
Thanks,
so
Dan
good.
Miner.
Yeah. I think you did a minor.
Dan Miner, you're the best miner.
Well, you're not major, but. No,
Dan, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, I'm sure he's heard a million jokes like that.
you have a good year for me. Oh, I didn't drink that, huh? Yeah, no, but later time, huh?
things just got interesting. There's suddenly a lot more models back on the board.
They'll last at least a turn.
Yeah, until he dispels the rat trap and puts it right around them now.
If I'm about taking the artifact to do that.
And then keeps rolling 6s to get it.
There's an artifact that lets you auto dispel, but I would have to take that instead of the 5++.
Because now you have to roll higher to dispel it, and if it passes on an 8,
Yeah, I've seen a 9.
you need a 9 to dispel it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hard.
Thank you, God. Good enough for a dog.
Whatever. And I think I'll wait to deploy my adjudicators till later.
Okay.
They don't actually do much anyway, so.
You're saying to do it after the Starstrike comes down? Is that the idea?
Yep.
Yeah, got it.
Alright, so that is my movement phase, so we'll roll for damage on these guys. They're
So
within
3
2.
up?
Yep.
3 up? Nope.
Okay.
Hooray!
Him is on
A
4
little
up.
faster on one.
Go team
Got it.
London.
T3. 3.
Ah,
But she got left. That was the first one on him.
no.
And then looks like is that a 3 up or a 4 up? Let's see if it matters. Does not.
Alright.
What about them? Are they within 6 or are they out?
Which ones?
Far side?
They are outside.
Alright. Cool.
Okay.
Well,
So that was movement, so now we move to shooting. I think they're outside of range for anything now. Yeah, they are.
Daddy's ground shirt not good for you anymore. I thought we could do brothers.
He just wants you to
What's
give him
the
more
hero there?
that's a Gracie on foot.
chicken
He's
club.
the one, he didn't resolve his spell, so he's just a Gracie on foot.
Okay. There'd be -1 to hit him for Lookout Sir and -1 because of the cover.
No, he's not. He's not fully in cover, right? So I don't think he gets it.
What?
How does that work for cover? Oh, I guess I'm within 1.
Yeah, I think that's
you're
it.
in one.
So that would be +1 to his save, though. It wouldn't
What's
be
the
-1.
six?
Oh, +1 to save.
What's the 6 terrain piece?
-1 bravery.
Okay.
Let me check that.
I mean, he gets the lookout, so
He gets the lookout, sir. The question is whether or not he gets +1 save.
Well, I'll go ahead and shoot at him with the Celestar Ballista. It's a long range shot, so
Okay.
let's give that a try.
So you're looking for a 3?
Yep. These black dice, I think you're holding back the block. No. Oh, I don't know why I rolled 2 anyway. I only roll 1. Need a 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah, there you
fits.
go. Aww.
1 at -2.
So it's either a 6 up or nothing. I'll look it up if it's. Doesn't matter. 6 wood. Because he's at 5 up. I don't know if I can cover it out there. We'll just. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
Are you seeing you with an 18?
yeah.
You could. Wait, can you measure from this guy or no?
I think so, yeah. And so, yeah, I should be within 18.
Right, we'll leave it out.
You could also always deploy it like that. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're within 18 anyway.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and,
But then you were shooting them, not them. So it's up to you.
Introduce the world to the dog.
sorry, you said what?
Oh, because you're not within 18 of them. Is that the deal?
Exactly, yeah, I could do a
Okay.
long range shot into them, but
Or you could multi that. I agree.
yeah,
I see. Yeah,
that's
got it.
like just outside of it.
Got it.
Yeah, I'll do a rapid fire into the back line, guys.
Okay. Here we go. Murder some clan map.
So I need 5s.
Okay. Still does as much as doing the single, so.
4 hits.
Yep.
3s.
3 dead rats.
Yep.
We are looking at 1, 2, 3, and remain within 12 of the general.
Okay. And that's my shooting.
Okay.
So then we've got charging.
Yes, sir.
Do I really want to charge those guys? That's the question.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
When in doubt, attack.
Alright.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
9?
Looks like 9.
Yeah. Good.
Definitely gonna be more interesting this way.
Extra turn.
I didn't get Death Frenzy off, that's no good.
Oops.
Oops.
You weren't expecting the Inquisition.
I was not expecting the Space Marine Inquisition. Alright.
Let's see. Is that charge range?
Looks like a 10.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I saw the 6 and got scared.
I know, I saw the 6 too, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Alright, so that's charging. Oh, I also held a unit of Sequitors in reserve as well. Forgot to deploy them, so.
Do you want to pull
No,
them up?
I'll deploy them next round. Why not?
Alright.
So in combat, they're going to go. What are your attacks like?
Rend 1, 2 attacks on 4s and 3s, rend 1, damage 1. Currently they're on 3s and 2s because of the unit size. You'll probably knock them down to 3s and 3s before they get to go.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll have them
They're
go
rend
on
1.
offense.
Offense, okay.
Yeah. So I get.
So you get a pile in.
Yeah, that's right.
So you get this guy in here, this guy in here. Lorp, lorp. You get any more in? You could probably get this guy like that. Sure.
Alright.
All but 2?
Yeah, let's roll all the 2s, so I get 11. 2, 4, 6.
This is the hammers.
Yep, this is the two-handed hammers. So I need 3s and 3s, re-rolling to hit.
Alright then.
Okay. That was a 3 as well.
How many attacks?
11.
Is that 12 dice? I think there might have been one in the corner.
I think I left the one corner accidentally. Yeah,
So dude, 11 hits.
cool.
And then 3 saloons?
3 to
These are the ones that are like damage 2, right?
Yeah, rend
Right.
1 damage too.
Rend 1?
So 7.
So I'm at a 5 up safe because my base is 4 because of my shields, which are on the models, Andrew. They're on the models. Looking for 5s.
You're welcome.
And have you considered not using those shields?
I have not considered that. I have not made that consideration. So that's 8 guys, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to do 5, 6, 7, 8. They're unbreakable, so I'm just going to remove them. I'm not worried about the leadership.
Okay. And then rolling 6 for the one-hander. 3s.
You need to get 2 more guys to break my attack bonus.
Looking good so far. And 3s.
You went power this time, right?
Mhm.
So 4
4?
at no rend.
No rend. 4 ups. I need to make 3 of these. Big roll. Oh.
I think you got a 4.
I'll re-roll that one because we don't know which one it was.
Alright.
I don't know which one that was. 50-50. This is a big roll.
This is more dramatic.
If I lose this roll, I wound on 3s.
Ah.
Alright, so exactly 10 storm vermin are dead from the unit,
Okay.
which means there's exactly 30 in the unit, which means they're going to be on 3s and 2s.
Alright.
That drama
This
was
is
good
gonna
though.
hurt.
Whee! Rat back. Alright, so how many rats are going to get to attack back? We're going to go around here. This guy is going to go like this. 3. Basically hop. 3. That guy's probably in. 2 inches? Yeah. So the nice thing about these halberds is they have this delicious 2-inch reach thing going on. This guy's, we're going to say, not able to get in. These guys are going to slide this way. Okay, so how many are within 2? It's going to be all these. That guy's out. that guy's in. So we're at 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we are at 44 attacks, plus the champ 45. We're at this many. And 5 more. And we are on 3s and 2s, range 1, damage 1. We can get them all in my hands at the same time. It's definitely a good decision, but not a waste of time.
That is very ambitious.
I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna pretend I'm Jesse. My monster Norwegian hands. Look at me.
Almost.
I'm a god of thunder or something. Oh, I got it! Grease. Ah. Technically successful. Okay, look at the 2s. Stormy's wins on 3s, and there's 13. Okay, we are looking at this many saves. 5, 10, 15, 25 saves at range 1.
Okay, I need 5s and rerolling 1s.
Alright. Got it?
Yeah.
That's pretty good though. Rerolling
Good number of
ones.
5s.
Yeah, it was good because it's a lot of 1s.
Okay.
What does the number 3 terrain mean?
Number 3 terrain means inspiring, plus 1 leadership. Right? So 2 more?
Oh, here.
Because those were the rerolls, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's doing that the wrong way.
Alright, so how many ones get through?
10, 15, 16. So 8 of my guys died.
Alright, so apparently that wasn't good. Now we both know. I did not know how that would go. I would have told you if I had expected it to go like that.
Lesson learned.
Yep.
How much did you do?
He killed 9 rats and lost 8 sequiturs.
9 rats. No, 10 rats.
And you're gonna auto pop, is that right or no?
Auto pop?
So you have 2 left, right?
Yep.
Plus
Well,
1 leadership.
What's your leadership?
7, I think. So yeah, it's not going to be good.
Do you want to be near the +1 leadership train?
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Here. Boop.
Go.
Okay. So that's in combat. So then we're at battle shock. I'm immune to battle shock, so I'm wholly within 13 of the bell.
Mm-hmm.
You are battle shock there.
Alright. Getting a +8. And I have an 8, so they die.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I think you did get a little unlucky on the attacks there though, because if you had taken them below 30, it would have been
Much fewer.
yeah, probably 2 fewer guys would have died, and we would have still had the battle shock. So, all right. So we are at the end of turn 1. So we got top of 2, and we roll for the comment. You wanna roll for the comment?
Sure.
3. It's good that it's 3 because we didn't say what side the door was. Unfortunately, 3 is in the middle. So we're looking at a comment right there.
Communication.
All right, rolling for turn. It's going to be my option.
Yep.
So I will go as to not get double turned. Command phase. So this is within 13, so that's good. First thing I do is ring the bell, like a smart person. Lord! No. Okay, so it's going to be the same peel, which is things within 26. So 26, we're looking at what's going to be everything, basically. Holy crap, it's literally everything except the general. Peel. So that is the bell pulls. It's going to be on a 4-up, D3 wounds to everything within 26. Ballista in the back, 4-up. No. Character in the back, 4-up. No. Archers, 4-up. Yes. D3 mortals, 3. Then we're going to the evocators in the middle. No. Then we're going to the character, the teleporter guy. No. Evocators on the other side. No. Ballista. That is D3 to the ballista. 1. Okay, that was the bell. Then we're going to. I almost wanted to spell this, but I need to get the wounds on there, so I'm not going to. He still doesn't have good things to do. He's going to try to heal himself with the Realm of Life spell that goes off on a 7. Would you like to?
How many more casts do you have again?
He has nothing super useful he can do. Mainly, I've got 2 casts from the bell that'll be useful. The other stuff's kind of out of range.
Alright.
You got it. Okay, Gracier is still mortally wounded. Then we're at the bell. I'm going to be doing Plague for 1. Oh no, Plague is on that guy. Ooh. We're going to Death Frenzy them, and we're going to, let's see, what other spell we cast. We'll figure that out beforehand. We're going to cast, let's not move on that guy.
5, I think?
Yeah, we're going to Cracks Call him. We're going to open up the earth, and we're going to see if plate armor makes him fail to dodge.
Okay.
Alright, we'll start with the Cracks Call, looking for a 6. Doesn't get it. Oh wait, no, because Master Magic is once per phase, and I didn't announce it because I wanted it on the other thing, so it doesn't get it. Second one, I will Master Magic, so it'll be a +1. Then I cast Death Frenzy on the rats. Goes off on a 7.
Try and counter it.
Yep.
Nope.
Alright, the rats have Death Frenzy, which means when they die, they get to power an attack.
Cool.
Okay.
Joke's on you. I'm not gonna kill him.
There. Alright. Beginning of the movement phase, like a non-cheater, this guy's gonna be like, go be useful. And then this guy's gonna be like, yes sir. Teleport to a different position. Like you do. Make sure this is within 24. It's not, so maybe I just go over here. Yeah, let's spread this stuff out. But that is not within 24 of him. You know what? I'm going to put here anyway. I'm going to put wholly within 6. And that's going to be fine. You do like that. Not within 24 of that. And within 24 of him. And then. Okay. Other movement. This guy is going to just stay where he is. This guy's going to move 3 like that. The bell is going to move. Not going to run. We're going to go up here, up to 6. We're going to stay just outside of 6 of that. The rats are going to move 6. What's down here? 6. 6. 6. 6. Okay. These rats, what do they need to do? They're gonna run. They're gonna just go for that sweet, sweet midboard. They're gonna run 10. So they're gonna keep their formation basically. Go out 10.
What do you do? You done? He went down, but didn't want me to pick him up.
Well,
You don't want to pick him up.
We're gonna do this because we like being annoying to remaining units that would like to come onto the board. We prefer them be frustrated. Then we're gonna run that Gracier into the pocket like you do.
You'll be the best part, you're gonna all follow me.
Whee. And we are going to. Is this the shrug thing? Yeah. That's fine. We'll go in the pocket, and then this guy is gonna go run as well. Looking at 8. He's actually gonna not. No, he's gonna go up. No, he's gonna end here so he can teleport himself if he needs to, and just sort of. Nah, he'll go up in the pocket. All right. So that's moved over there. Over here, these rats are gonna make sure they stay within the command bubble of the bravest warlock engineer, which means basically moving slightly. That guy's gonna be like on a fence. He's on the fence about the whole thing. Okay.
Oh no!
Boop.
It's
No.
the Stormcast's only weakness.
Oh. Well, it's smaller than that lizardman model. Yeah, that's the thing that stole the food. It's a food
content.
thief.
Quality content.
All right.
You got your dog.
All this movement has occurred, and then we are going to go to shooting. And this guy's going to say, more warp lightning.
He's so.
Wait, no, first over here. Haha. We're looking at the ballista on a 3-up. Got it. D3 to the ballista. 3. And we are looking at the guy in the back on a 4-up. Got it. We're looking at D3 to the guy. 3.
Oh, come on.
And then we're looking at the evocators on a 4-up. Got it.
Throw
We're
the
looking at
bombs
D3.
at
Yeah, just
None. Or 1. So we're looking at 1 wound on those evocators. And we are now done with the glory of the warp lightning. We're going to go to this warp lightning cannon. We're not going to overcharge it, and we're going to shoot that character. We're looking at a power level of 4. So on 4-ups, I'm doing mortals. 2 mortals to him. And then we're going to say, yes, more. And we're going to overcharge this warp lightning cannon. And it is going to have a power level of, big roll, 5. Ooh. So we are looking for 5 ups, and for every 1, that this warp lightning cannon is going to take D3 mortal wounds. Look at 5s. That is a lot of 5s. That is going to murder him very much so. He's going to take 6 mortals, and I'm going to take D3.
Him?
Yep. Take 2 mortals there. And then we're going to go to charges. So we're going to go with the storm vermin into the evocators. They're going to go 10.
Thanks your internet famous now, dog. He'll just stand there and twitch.
That's the thing. It's connected.
10, lots of space. And then we're going to say, what is my charge range there? It looks like I need a 7 in case shit's in the way.
What?
So we're going for the bell. Need a 7. Got it. The bell is going to go there and end in range.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
I'm trying to do this.
So we go to activation. I guess I should actually do the storm vermin first. We'll go with the storm vermin. I'm at, it's going to be 15 guys in range, so it's 31 attacks. $20, 31. And are there still exactly 30 of them? Yes. 1, 2, yep. Okay, 31 attacks, 32. That many evocator saves.
Okay, they need 4s, or what's the red?
Red 1.
Red 1, they need 5.
Got some 5s.
Got 2.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
They're dead.
They're still dead. Yep. Okay, so I score 2 points, and then we go to bottom 2, and it's your go.
I'm just gonna forfeit. I mean, I've got a few hundred points left.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's even the stuff coming down, the characters on the board, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, squad 5 sequitors and adjudicators.
So, I mean, what changed? Like, the first time we played this felt like a really close game.
Yeah.
Like, we played a few nights ago.
Yeah, I thought coming into this that it was gonna be rough and you'd probably beat me, but I
But
thought
it was going to be
fight.
pretty close.
Yeah, but this time, I had no idea. I mean, I guess,
Just like you rolled insane every time you were rolling for stuff. You're like, oh, the bell's gonna peel, the bell, you know, then I'm gonna save everything, then I'm gonna murder you with 50,000 mortal wounds. Yeah, it's just crazy.
The lightning vortex going off both times. I'm trying to think because it really did. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, it feels like it might just be a really bad matchup. just because of bodies.
Maybe. I don't feel that way though. It didn't feel that way when we played last week.
It didn't. You're right. It didn't feel that way last week.
Yeah, I'm really just not sure. Maybe it is a bad matchup, and I just had good luck last week, or you had bad luck. But yeah, like as with every game, I've learned a few things from this, but I haven't walked away with the impression that like
You don't feel like you have enough that you learned this time to be like, now I know what I would do next time to make it fine.
yeah, and like the gap between how badly I lost and what I've learned is not comparable.
Yeah. So do you mind if we go over it? Because I'm
Yeah,
trying
of
to think
course.
through the problem too.
I'd love to learn. Yeah.
So okay. So the one thing that I've got is the Sequitors going to Storm Vermin was probably not good.
Yep. Know that now.
I think what might have made sense
And that's
is
even without that Frenzy Album. That's how
Yeah.
insane that was.
I think what might have made sense is to bring the Sequitors down into the smaller Storm Vermin unit, because if you had killed the same number of them, their counterpunch would have killed maybe 3 or 4 Sequitors, and you would have just been sort of on the same page. I think that the global strategy difference would be you came down here and engaged the big one. And when it's possible, you had already been forced out of this space. Like you were already moving away from there. Maybe if you had rolled into that and said, all right, he's got the center with this big block and this spell, I'm going to go hit the medium flank and see if I can take out this block in the woods plus the characters. And sort of seed that side of the board, or I was thinking like, do you need a chaff? No, I'm not really sure you even really needed a chaff, because I think you could just move away the units. I think you were right to like hold the non-shooting stuff coming down until the objectives were down. But yeah, if you had taken all of this, put it over here, like cornered it over here, knowing you're in range here, hit that charge here after shooting it some, tried to focus on the weak flank and seeded the middle, and then dealt with the middle as you could, or just tried to outpoint rather than engaging the block without whittling it with shooting. I think that's a different game. It still feels like an uphill battle, but definitely a different game.
That's definitely a drastically different game that plays out in a way that can't really be anticipated. So yeah, I mean, it would definitely be worth trying. Committing to the middle in the way that I did wasn't the best move. I should have used the Sequitors to screen and then used the ballistas to wail into them as much as I could.
Well, I think the Sequitors into that 20 block, if they go first, which they did, do a decent job of the grind, right? Because if you took out the same number, right, you're taking out 9, and then there's 11 Storm Vermin left. They have no attack bonuses. They're at 22, so it's half the attacks on 4s and 3s instead of 3s and 2s. Maybe I kill 3 or 4 Sequitors, and I think you grind that down.
Yeah, that works out a lot better.
Yeah. So I think that's the big takeaway, is the next time you play it, choosing a different engagement point with the Sequitors and maybe spreading out to run away from that block and shooting it more before trying to engage it.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because these guys are not really, I have limited, like you don't want to shoot the bell. You're basically shooting work lightning cannons and drum.
Yep.
Right, those are the primary targets and the characters. But
Also,
okay,
one
go
thing
ahead.
I want to
Yeah.
remember to do next time is the extra spell that I took on my general is Azurite Halo,
Okay.
which makes it so that whenever you cast it on a unit, whenever that unit rolls, like, I think it's a 6 for a save, they do 1 mortal wound to the unit attacking them.
Which is regardless of how many
times you've re-rolled it to get there.
Well, and it's regardless of how many wounds I've done, right? Like I could do 50 wounds with that big rat block, and you could have 1 guy, and you're still doing that many back.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And if I choose the defense with them when they have it, I get to reroll anything that isn't a success. So I get to reroll not 5s and 6s to try and 6s. So I think that would have been, it doesn't help them dying necessarily,
Right.
but it at least would have
Put a
had
lot
some
back.
consequence.
Yeah. Now in this situation, they didn't come down until after his command phase.
True.
But you could have put that on whatever. Like if you wanted to make, well, you can't move this way. I've got stuff here. You could certainly put that on like, them as they move up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think, I'm still trying to figure out what to use in the astral realm, like
Yeah.
what to deep strike and what not, and that has a lot of nuance to it that I don't feel like quite get it at this point. I think saving the unit of 10 sequitors was good. I think the adjudicators is good. I think the 5 sequitors is good because they're mostly just there to hit a weak spot or a control point. But I'm almost tempted not to put many other people in it.
See, I think that maybe the shooting goes in it, and I know that loses you that command point shooting turn 1. But if you outdrop your opponent, you have more drops, right? If you have more drops, then the shooting doesn't really need to go in it because you are positioning your shooting after you see where they are. If your opponent's outdropping you and you're choosing priority and you're forcing them to go first, you gain an additional advantage from putting the shooting in the astral realm because you're now effectively out deploying them positioning wise with the shooting even though they have more drops.
That perspective makes a lot of sense because I've been struggling when to use it and when not, and I've just been trying different times.
Yeah.
Because my instinct is to never drop it because they have a 3-inch movement, so like, just better I can drop it on my turn and get a full round of normal shooting. But I think, lean more towards the putting it in the astral realm and having the exception of that be if I already know where they've deployed and laid out their guns.
You know where they're deployed. Yeah, you can control to make sure you have the good shots in a place where you're not going to get too much pressure. Otherwise, stick the ballistas. Yeah, because then I don't have a great target for that turn 1, right? I'm like,
Yeah, and that's something as well that was different about the game last week is that there was no alpha strike or deep strike or whatever. It
right,
was the
we were
full
playing
commitment.
total commitment. And you actually ended up doing better on total commitment.
It's a better scenario. This one's hard because he has to put half his army down, and you don't have to worry about. In fact, it's good for you to just kind of like alpha him a little bit until the first star strike comes down. But then you have just enough bodies that you know you're going to be able to get it wherever it comes.
And movement.
Yeah, and then you don't have enough that you want to put down because you need to keep them alive by keeping them in the astral plane until the star strikes come down. So yeah, it's a tough one.
I think if you're putting down the artillery battery after I've already focused on a part of the board, even though you're foregoing the turn 1 shooting command point, I think that's probably worth it in this scenario.
Well, and I was mentioning before we started that I was almost tempted to leave them out for the first round to try and drop the artillery. And I think maybe what I should have done was put all the range stuff in the astral realm, drop the battalion on turn 1 because that's the castigators and the thing, but then saved the other ballista that I usually just use for doing one long range shot at a hero and having that drop.
That's what I'm
Your
saying.
command point,
Yeah. All the ballistas coming in. Yeah. The danger will be you'll have to be careful about how you spread those because depending on how much damage they pump out. If I don't have enough targets that is actually worth putting on the vortex turn 1, I can hold it back to wait for if you deep strike as a clump, right? And I think that just means if I hold back the vortex and you then deep strike the shooting in, you're just careful about the spacing to do the same kind of thing because you have a ton of flexibility in how it comes out. Yeah. Cool. Great. Well, fast stream. Good game, man. Do we get the Vermin Lord done?
No, I didn't even get to that part. What?
That's okay.
What? What do you want me to do?
What? Just why aren't you multitasking better?
I will.
I'm kidding. Thank
I'll
you
do
for
this-
helping me with things.
I'll do this tomorrow, I guess.
You need to pull your weight right here, Ricky.
I know, right? Such a slacker. Oh. Encore, I guess you guys gotta start over.
Yeah, we'll probably not do it again.
Re-rack 3.0.
Yeah,
Sorry.
2 is the limit there. Sorry.
No encore?
No
I can only
encore.
handle so much before I slip my wrists.
You got the goblins? Like you.
Yeah, no. It's already 8 o'clock. I think we're gonna call it for the night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a.
That's not a bad stream length. It was like almost 2 hours. It's good. It's more watchable.
It's this is a quickie.
Yeah.
This is a quickie. Alright, thank you everybody who tuned in. We'll be doing streaming all weekend down at Riptide in Bremerton. So look for us all weekend. And Saturday night we're gonna jump on for a little bit Saturday night too to actually just talk at people about what's going
Yeah.
on down there.
It's going to be. I think we talk about a lot about the round 4 pairings. Like I think that will end up talking about day 1, right? Because if we talk about what we think about the round 4 pairings and who are the favorites there, that will bring in how people did day 1.
Yeah. Alright. Everybody have a good night.